على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحابه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم والرب الزكي الله. قال الإمام النووي رحمه الله تبارك وتعالى ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين. قال وأما الأحاديث فالأول عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال قيل يا رسول الله من أكرم الناس؟ قال أتقاهم. قالوا ليس عن هذا نسألك. قال فيوسف نبي الله ابن نبي الله ابن خليل الله. قالوا ليس عن هذا نسألك. قال فعن معادن العرب تسألوني؟ خيارهم في الجاهلية خيارهم في الإسلام إذا فقهوا. متفق عليه. So continuing with the chapter of taqwa, and taqwa, as we've described many times, is the act of following the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obeying His orders, and abstaining from His prohibitions. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us all tawfiq. So after hearing several ayats in that context, so the first of the hadith which he mentions is from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, who mentions that it was said, "Oh, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who are the most honorable of the people? Who are the best, who are the honorable, the most auspicious people?" So Nabi alayhi salatu said, "Atqahum," the people who have the maximum amount of taqwa. The more taqwa they have, the more honorable they are. So they said, that's not what we're asking about. He said, okay. So in that case, Yusuf, who is the Prophet of Allah, who is the son of the Prophet of Allah, who is the son of the Prophet of Allah, who is the son of Khalilullah. In other words, Yusuf alayhi salam, son of Yaqub, son of Ishaq, son of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. But still, that wasn't what they were interested in, or that wasn't their query, I should say. We're not asking you about that. So Nabi says, so are you actually, would you like to know who are the most honorable among the tribes and the clans and the families and the communities of the Arabs? Yeah, that's what we want to know. Right? Because, in the tribal systems, obviously, each tribe wants to feel that we're better than the other one, And that's how it still goes on to this very day. So Nabi Sallallahu said, خِيَارُهُمْ فِي الْجَاهِلِيَّةِ خِيَارُهُمْ فِي الْإِسْلَامِ إِذَا فَقُهُ. So the best of who are best in Jahiliyyah, they'll also be the best in Islam, provided they become knowledgeable about their deen. Now when he says the best, what does he mean about the best? The people who had the most pleasing and honorable and auspicious characteristics. People generally have this conception that the Arabs before Islam were just, this beastly qawm, beastly people who, had no, intrinsic value. That's very far from the truth. They had amazing qualities, as a matter of fact. Bravery, generosity, truth. An Arab who would give his word. He would first die, if he was an honorable from the tribes, he would die before he would go back on his word. He would give his life, and there's stories about that, in fact. So those people had those honorable qualities in Jahiliyyah. For example, Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, he was the most honorable. He was something like the high judge, in the high court of the Quraysh. In their tribal system, they used to, make him as the qadi. So he had, the highest and most sterling of qualities, even before Islam. So when he entered into Islam, those qualities came to fruition. They actually became more complete and more perfected. So in another riwayat, الناس كالمعادن كمعادن الذهب والفضة فخياركم في الجاهلية خياركم في الإسلام إذا فقهوا. So Nabi makes a simile of the people. They're like the elements, the raw elements, like that we have in the earth. We have gold, we have silver, we have lead, we have copper, we have lesser and lesser degrees. So people are also like that. Some people are, their qualities and their virtues, are like gold. Some are like a little bit less like silver, and so forth and so on. And that's what we see. So the people who were the best, before the advent of Islam, they also, utilized those good qualities, and they were developed and they became the best again in Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among them. Allahumma ameen thumma ameen wa akhira da'wana. And alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.